Good. Right, let's get started. Okay, so there's our very over-the-top intro, but yeah. So who are Sonigo and where have we come from? So I've spent 25 years in digital media, predominantly building digital media businesses within big corporations. So I spent a lot of time in the financial world. I was with Morgan Stanley, Deutsche Bank, ICAP, some of the sort of investment banks, but also in high street retail like Marks and Spencer's, John Lewis, so on and so forth. So we came to Bali a couple of years ago with my partner Gail. Gail spent 18 years in marketing for global fashion and retail companies. Do you want to say a little hello?
Hi there. Hi guys. Thanks for having us. Just do that.
So yeah, so Sonigo was really built out of a combination of our experience, and when AI came in, we knew we could really leverage that on top of what we knew. So I did a roll up of marketing agencies over COVID, and it was the system that I built to find those agencies that we've grown on and that we now use. What is it that we do? We replace outdated systems with smart AI solutions. So before the Terminators take over the world, there is a fantastic opportunity in the near term to boost productivity and save on the bottom line, right? But how can AI help SME businesses today? A lot of people we speak to are intrigued by AI and automation, but they don't really know what are the things that are effective and things that they can do to sort of save money or time. And as an SME business owner, we all need to do a lot of that. So what are the most problems that I found when I spoke to these marketing agencies? Well, a lot of these owners are spending all their time in content, operations, and customer support as opposed to marketing and sales, right? Well, I believe it should be the opposite. Really, the CEOs should be spending more time on marketing and sales. So let's look at that, and let's look at how AI can help you with those things. Well, the amount of money you make is directly correlated to the amount of offers that you make. Make more offers, in the long term, you'll make more money, right? So we have a product more focused on the B2B side of things, but we will come to the B2C for the more the e-commerce type business. So one of our most popular products that we set up for our clients is Monty. What is Monty? Well, Monty is your LinkedIn AI sales agent that will skyrocket your outreach 24/7 with personalized DM and appointment setting. So he is a combination of a lot of tools, but most importantly, he is a LinkedIn sales agent, right? Monty reaches out to 1,000 of your ideal prospects a month with personalized messaging. He can speak any language and he works 24/7. Not only will he chat with your prospects, but he'll also get all their details and get them to book a call and log that in your CRM and in your calendar. So how do we set up Monty? What is the process that we go through, just so you can understand the kind of the campaign? Well, firstly, we work with our clients to identify their ideal clients. So we use Sales Navigator, which essentially starts with everybody on LinkedIn and filters them down to specific criteria. So we can search against company headcount, job title, location, industry, seniority level, or even groups. And then through our system, we max out the legal amount of connection requests that we can send for standard requests, in-mails, and groups. So there is limits on what you can do to LinkedIn, but we make sure that Monty is geared up to really max out that outreach. Then what we do is we work with our clients to make sure that both their personal and their LinkedIn profiles are up to scratch. When we do the LinkedIn outreach, the first thing that they'll look at is these profiles. So they need to look professional, and there's a number of things, big list of things that we'll go through to make sure that they are as good as they can be. The next thing we'll do is use our templated sequence messaging to script a series of messages that are in keeping with our client's tone of voice. And it's these messages that will be sent out to the prospects. Once they're sent out, then Monty will take over. The messages themselves will be doing a number of things. So they'll be promoting the prospect to book a call, but most importantly, they will be directed to an irresistible offer. An irresistible offer can also be called a lead magnet. It's some foot in the door offer that our clients will use to exchange something for the very important opt-in or email phone number. So we say if you're selling Rolls-Royce cars, don't sell the car, sell the test drive, you know. It could be, you know, a calculator to save how much money your service could save, or it could be a freebie of some sort, a PDF, a course, something that pokes interest, and then we can start the process of warming that client up with a combination of AI and automation. So, as I said, the sequence messaging goes out. We will have maybe 4 or 5 messages that will go every 3 or 4 days. Once the prospect replies, that will stop the sequence messaging, and this is when Monty will take over. So the sequence messaging we've tried and tested over the last few years, and we've got something that works. And then Monty is aware of those messages, and he will pick up on that conversation and do what we've been trying to do in the first place, which is direct them to book a call or to have a look at the offer. What is Monty? Well, Monty really is a combination of, as I said, Sales Navigator. We've got our outreach tool, and as shown here, we have literally pages of Zaps. I don't know if you know Zapier, but it's a way of connecting things. Obviously, embedded in a lot of these Zaps is we use OpenAI to kind of grab into the knowledge that they have on conversational AI. A lot of people need to understand what Monty looks like, so let's meet Monty in person.
Greetings, my esteemed acquaintance. I am Monty, the Earl of AI, and I bid you a warm welcome. LinkedIn, a distinguished platform where business owners converge for networking, offers a splendid opportunity to engage directly with potential new clients. I stand ready to assist you in expanding your LinkedIn presence and fostering connections with a remarkable cohort of approximately 800 individuals each week. Moreover, as our esteemed association commences, I shall diligently preserve their details within your CRM, where my expertise in the realm of AI shall prove invaluable.
So there's Monty. So now we've got all the
Greeting.
Oh, wait a minute. So now what we do, we've built up a big network of our prospects in our LinkedIn account. We then use our internal CRM to post content. So we have a content calendar that we can set up a whole year's worth of content, which is free, and that will post into that channel, which could be LinkedIn, it could be any of the Meta, or TikTok, or any channel. That will then provide our clients with free marketing to those that are in the network. Once we've got a campaign working, we'll scale up. So if you have a sales team, we can actually take their LinkedIn accounts and put them on our system, or we can hire accounts. So long story short, LinkedIn are very strict about fake accounts. So we have a partner of ours that will literally give us real borrowed LinkedIn accounts that we can scale up. So literally, there is no limit to the outreach. You could, with this system, reach out, to 75,000 people a month, giving them insight into your product or service. As we mentioned earlier, what's very important, and we'll come to this in more detail, is how we then manage those leads. So we have our internal CRM. So our business is based around understanding Monty, which is external to that, but embedded in our CRM. And our CRM we set up for our clients. We'll show you that in a bit. But in relation to Monty, we have a pipeline called opportunities. Opportunities then will take a new lead. If they've replied to Monty, then we'll log that on our opportunities pipeline board. We can then use AI to determine if they're interested or not. If they're interested, they get promoted to the interested column. If they've maybe clicked and opted in, they'll be promoted to the offer taken. And then most importantly, we then get into the process of the call. Have they booked a call? Well, maybe they've booked a call, but they don't turn up. So with this pipeline, what we can do is trigger automation. So if they're interested, we can then start a drip email campaign that could involve maybe a year's worth of email. We could include on top of that a number of things. So we can integrate a business WhatsApp account and send WhatsApp messages. We can actually pre-record a message and send that as a voicemail drop. If it's the US, for example, not massive on WhatsApp, we can set up phone numbers globally. US is more about SMS. And then we automate as we go. If they've booked a call but they didn't turn up, we can automate the process of sending them the links that they need to rebook that. The pipeline, depending on our client, can go all the way through into operational and automating a number of other things. One thing that we find very useful is reviews. So maybe we've closed a client, we then ask them for a review. If that review is 4 or 5 stars, we log that with Facebook or Google. If it's below 4 stars, then we ask for feedback, and that's useful for our clients to understand how they can improve their business. So that's Monty. That's the sort of the B2B way that AI literally can automate your sales. Okay. Hopefully we're not replacing humans, but sales teams love what we do because they get to focus on the calls, not manually chasing up with leads and all that malarkey. Now you can delegate that to AI. Next, I'm going to go through how you can actually set up your own B2C campaign utilizing AI. But before we do that, we actually have just recently launched a free 5-minute quiz and custom report on your website. So please just take a second now, scan this QR code and fill out a form. What this widget will do will analyze your website and give you a full report on everything that you need to do to improve your marketing. It will look at your load speed, it will look at the competition, and a whole world of really, really useful features. So we're really excited to be able to offer this now. So if you just take maybe a couple of minutes, take a screenshot for later, or if you want to just load that up now, fill out the form, select your business. When it comes to the phone number, we do need the international number. So it's +44 number or whatever the code is. It will search and find your business, and it will literally give you a full diagnostic on your web presence. So we'll just give you a second for that.
It took me about 1 minute or 30 seconds to complete that form. So very easy.
30 seconds. Good.
Yeah. Ollie, can we share this presentation later as well with the founders?
Absolutely. Yeah, we can post this up, so don't feel like you need to scribble too many notes.
Cool. And then we can share this link as well, okay?
For sure. Yeah.
Cool. Okay.
Okay. Well, let's push on. Now we're going to look at B2C. Okay. Well, B2C is an interesting one. Why do SME businesses always outsource their PPC management and content creation? Well, I think it's a number of reasons. Well, they have limited expertise, they have time constraints, and they need specific skills. Well, now with AI, we believe that businesses can manage their own content creation. And we hear from all our clients endless problems that they have with outsourcing this. So hopefully in this next B2C training, you'll understand how you can really utilize AI and, if you wanted, our CRM to run your own B2C marketing campaign. So let's do a marketing campaign from scratch for my new pretend headphones using the Market AI framework. What does the Market AI framework stand for? Well, M, measure trends. A, assess with AI. R, realize data. K, kickstart winning concepts. E, entertaining copy. T, transform media. A, automate distribution. And I, integrate automation. Okay, so let's go through those things now, right? First of all, step one, measure trends. You can actually now use the tool answertherepublic.com to find what people are actively searching for in relation to your product or service. This is a fantastic tool to not only understand the kind of keywords people are searching for, but also the value in keywords. So certain keywords are very expensive, some keywords are a lot cheaper. So if you find a keyword that's high value but a lot less, that's the kind of keyword that not only you want to be using with your PPC campaign, but also you want to embed that keyword into your website for your SEO.
Use answerthepublic.com to find out what your prospects are asking about your product or industry. Start by typing in a key phrase like headphones and hit search. Then in a matter of moments, you'll get a full report on what questions people are asking, like, will headphones cause hair loss? Which headphones are the best? What headphones does Markiplier use? How headphones work? How headphones are made? Can headphones dent your head? Are headphones bad for your ears? The darker the orange color, the higher the search volume.
Okay. Now you can use a GPT. So there's a great GPT called Review Reader to identify what customers are saying about your product or your competitors.
Have a ton of reviews but no time to sort through them all? Use ChatGPT's plugin Review Reader to get a quick summary. Just type in the prompt, summarize these reviews into the top 10 things customers love and the top 10 things customers hate. Copy your product URL from Amazon, paste it, and generate. And now you have a quick summary of what customers love, like the sound quality, battery life, connectivity, and also what they hate, the noise cancellation, comfort issues, charging port. And now you can use this information to highlight the best features in your content.
Okay. Right. Now we can look at another tool, brand24.com. This allows you to discover your customers' sentiment towards your brand or your competitors.
Use Brand24 to keep track of conversations about your brand, your competitor's brand, and your industry. Start by entering the keywords and phrases that you want to monitor, and click Next. Choose which languages you want to monitor and create your project. Brand24 will show you all mentions in real time across all of these platforms, including Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and more. You can even sort by sentiment. Are the mentions negative, or are they positive, or are they just neutral? Then you can head to the Summary tab for a quick roundup, like how many mentions, how many were positive, how many were negative, some of the most popular mentions, plus the top public profiles who have mentioned you and their follower count.
Okay, another GPT here. So you can now leverage Research GPT to explore and gain insights from clinical trials and scientific research papers. This is an unbelievable tool.
Consensus Search is a ChatGPT plugin that gets answers and insights directly from over 200 million scientific research papers. So if you want to do some research on one of your specific products, go ahead and activate the plugin. Just type in the prompt something like, using Consensus Search, on average, give me a report on headphone usage on college campuses, then click to generate. And in a matter of seconds, I have a summarized report from various research papers that includes prevalence and usage patterns, health implications, behavioral and academic implications, and recommendations. And each bullet is cited so you know exactly where this information came from.
Okay, so now we're collecting lots of research. No doubt a lot of us maybe still use pen and paper. Well, let's use Google Lens to turn your unreadable handwritten notes into a readable digital text.
Here's how to quickly turn your handwritten notes into digital text using Google Lens. First, select the camera. Choose text. Take a photo of your notes, then select the text you want to copy. Select Copy to Computer. Choose your computer, then paste right into a Google Doc. And there you have it, digitized notes in seconds.
Okay, so we've gathered enough research. Now we're drowning in data, but short on time for real insights. So what do? We assess with AI. To do that, there are a number of tools. We can use Google's Notebook LM or MindGrasp AI to upload video files, recordings, PDFs, plus much more. And we can then use that to get a short summary or even ask this tool various questions about that data. Notebook LM will even do a podcast. So this is the podcast that we did for Monty.
Welcome back, everyone. Today, we're going to do a deep dive, into AI-powered marketing on LinkedIn.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. We've got some marketing materials here from a company called Sonigo, and I'm pretty excited about this one.
Yeah.
Yeah, I am. I want to learn more about this AI agent they've got called Monty.
Uh-huh.
It sounds like this Monty can handle anything from personalized outreach to booking meetings.
Wow.
And get this, he even speaks any language.
Oh, wow.
So imagine the possibilities for reaching a global audience.
Yeah, that's a bold claim for sure.
It is.
Yeah, it really speaks to this growing trend of automation that we see in marketing.
Uh-huh.
What I find kind of intriguing here is Sonigo isn't just offering a standalone tool.
Right.
They're trying to position themselves as like a whole platform, you know, and they've got different pricing tiers to match website building, lead management, payment processing. It's a whole suite of services.
Yeah, I was looking at their website and they really emphasize all the different sectors they cater to from marketing agencies and real estate to like e-commerce, and SaaS, even healthcare. But you're right, it's this AI-powered LinkedIn outreach with Monty that seems to be their main thing.
It's such a great tool. It really blows my mind what AI can do. Literally, you can point your website to Google and it will generate that podcast in a similar style for your product or service.
Here's how to use MindGrasp to take all of your consumer research and turn it into one quick summary. First, upload your files. You can upload audio files, video files, documents, YouTube links, or simply just paste text. For this example, let's start with a document. This is a transcription of 10 different consumer interviews. And I'll also upload some of our video interviews. Just click to select the files. Click continue. Once your files are uploaded, head to the short summary tab and click generate. Then in a matter of seconds, you have a short summary of all the data. You can even ask questions about your upload, like, on average, how much did participants say they were willing to pay for headphones? Then click ask, and here's our answer. On average, the participants stated that they were willing to pay around $200 for a good pair of headphones.
Okay, so there's a couple of tools that can really help you make sense of all that data. Now we need to move to step 3, realize data. To do that, we can use ChatGPT's advanced data analysis to review your sales data. So this is literally like your own CFO. You can upload spreadsheets and then ask specific information about, price points. Maybe you want to change your pricing for seasonal changes, but really a fantastic tool.
Here's how to use ChatGPT's 4 advanced data analysis to analyze your sales data. First, turn on the feature, then click the attach files button to upload your file. For this example, this is the sales data I'm going to upload. Then simply type in the question you want answered, like, using this data, what was the value share trend of Beats by Billy black headphones in the last 3 months? Then click to generate. ChatGPT will upload the data, read it, then find the answers for you. And let us know that the value share of the Beats by Billy black headphones over the last 3 months is about 21% in month 1, 18% in month 2, and 15% in month 3. From this data, we can observe a decreasing trend in the value share of the Beats by Billy black headphones over the last 3 months. You can even continue on and ask more questions like, how has the relative price of Beats by Billy changed versus Sony in past 6 months? Click to generate. Let it analyze the data. After analyzing the data, here are our comparisons. Let's ask one last question. What is the best price point for Beats by Billy Blue that maximizes its value share? Click to generate. This one even included a scatter plot. After analyzing the data, the best price for Beats by Billy Blue that maximizes its value share is $750, at which it achieves a value share of 31%.
Awesome. Right, now we know what our customer wants, their pain points, and what they're willing to pay. But how do we turn that into a marketing message that sells? We examine the marketing messages that are currently winning. Kickstart winning concepts. To do this, we use Facebook ad library to get inspired by your competition. Right, this is an unbelievable tool and one that I think everybody should be using. So if you want to just take 2 seconds to scan this QR code, no need to do it now, but fill in the form, get some insight from what your competitors are doing in relation to their PPC. So I'll leave that. We'll move on for now, but really good tool. Use the video advault.com to see what ads your competition are running on YouTube.
Use Video Ad Vault to see what ads your competition is running on YouTube. Start by typing in a specific brand, product, or industry. We'll go with headphones. Choose your priority. We'll go with most recently published, and choose which country it was seen in. Then click search. Here's one ad from Bose.com that has 26 million views. Just click to play.
Big matchup this week. I can't begin to imagine what's going through his mind.
Let's get it. I'm up for 16 passing the ditch deep. I know that's not a challenger. I get some members with me in the freaks, get cold seats, they some cannibals.
Either way, Joe Burrow is hip.
And you can even see where the ad leads to.
Okay, need more inspiration? Check out TikTok, the TikTok Creative Center. We don't have a video on that, but this is pretty cool. If you're struggling to come up with what to say in your marketing, you can use writer.me to generate and copy ideas. To generate ad copy ideas.
Use writer.ai to come up with copywriting ideas. First, choose your language, select your tone, and your use case. Then insert a product or brand description, something like sleek headphones made for male college athletes who want to listen to music during their workouts. Choose how many variants and your creativity. Then click Write for Me. And instantly we have 3 different copywriting ideas.
Okay, now it's time to transform those ideas into entertaining copy. How do you write entertaining copy that sells anything to humans? Well, we use artificial intelligence, like ChatGPT. ChatGPT is only as good as the prompt it receives. How to communicate with ChatGPT? Well, you can follow this guide. Right? ChatGPT needs to know the perspective, the voice, the style, the mood, the identity, what parameters, right? When you're doing that, it's always good to maybe ask for 10 variants, and you can select the best one. Maybe you want to take a screenshot of this. This is what we call the master prompt template. You can literally use this prompt template to write any ad copy for any product. So take a screenshot of that. Okay, now that we have all this copy, this is going to be a lot to narrate, right? We're going to have to get a mic. We need maybe a studio. All of this. I don't know if you've actually tried to do that. It's very difficult, and it can take a lot of time, right? Well, now we don't need to do that. We can use a tool like 11 Labs to create an avatar of your voice, or even select a choice of your liking. This is my voice talking about property.
In the heart of Bali, a professional family, just like yours, stood at a crossroads, overwhelmed by the intricate web of property dealings. I am Oliver, and I was that person facing the emotional strain of navigating a foreign property market without a clue. Then I found the guidance I needed, which turned my fears into a foundation for success. Now I'm here to pass on that lifeline to you through a free course designed to demystify the process of renting, buying, and investing in Bali.
Okay, a little bit flat there, but very useful. Literally, you can train your voice, and then you go text to voice. Okay, but how about if you need video? Maybe you want a video like Monty, or maybe you want a video of yourself, right? Well, literally, this is a video that I did in a podcast studio that I can now upload text for it to write in any content that I give it, okay? And any language, okay?
By becoming a certified partner, your agency gains in-depth knowledge of HeyGen's features, such as customizable avatars, automated voiceovers, language localization, and user-friendly templates designed for quick, high-impact video creation. This expertise enables you to expand your services with HeyGen's unique AI tools, helping clients stand out with tailored video content that's engaging, on-brand, and cost-effective. Additionally, the certification program offers an attractive commission structure, allowing agencies to generate new revenue streams. Certified partners benefit from recurring commissions on client subscriptions and a share of renewals, providing a stable, ongoing income source.
Isn't that cool? So it's actually taking the mannerisms, my hand movements, obviously my lips, to literally act out content that we can now upload. Amazing. Right. Sometimes our marketing messages are too long. As marketers, we need to, step 6, transform media. So we can use Quizzo.ai to take long form video and turn it into multiple short ones.
Use video.ai to turn one long form video into multiple short ones. Start by uploading your video file here or using a YouTube link. Here's my YouTube link for my 1 hour and 39-minute keynote product launch. Gonna paste it here and hit import. Select which templates you want to use, then hit continue. You can add your YouTube, Instagram, or TikTok handles to customize your videos, then hit done. Then just wait for it to process. Once your videos are ready, you'll get an email like this. From that one long video, we got 44 clips, and just click the link to access them. Find the clip you want to use.
I think that smart glasses are going to be an important platform for the future.
Click to edit and download. Finalize any edits, then download. And you can even save directly to your computer or post directly to any of these platforms.
Okay. What if you're too lazy and you don't want to do any of this and you want someone else to write all your ads, narrate it, and create the video? Well, there is a tool for that too. InVideo can turn text to video in minutes. So we have tools to make images, videos, and write creative posts. Our content is ready to go. Now it's time to distribute. Step 7, automate and distribution. Well, you can use TubeShift to find which YouTube videos to show your ads on.
Here's how to use TubeShift to find which YouTube videos and channels you should advertise on. Start by entering a keyword, something like headphones. Then click search. Sort by most views, and you can see exactly which videos you can advertise on according to this $sign. Every $sign means that the monetization is enabled and you can advertise on those videos. This one right here has over 5 million views. You can even click to see the channel it was published on.
All right, we got to talk about these folding forms.
And watch the video itself.
Hey, what's up? MKBHD here. Okay, so
you can even click to grab the links and copy and paste these right into Google Ads.
Okay, now you can use Find Your Influence to find key opinion leaders in your niche to distribute for you.
Use findyourinfluence.com to find key opinion leaders in your niche who can promote your product. Just select a category like sports or fitness and find an influencer that can create gym content while wearing the headphones. Or how about a gamer, but specifically a female? Just type in the keyword, filter the gender, and now you have dozens of influencers you can choose from. You can even see their stats like total reach across all platforms.
Pretty cool, huh? Isn't it great? What I'm showing you isn't the future, it's now. Okay, and including in this final demonstration, I'm going to talk to you about how you can integrate now AI with automation. This is something that we help our clients specifically with. Once your product is on the market, you'll need customer service. Since the beginning of time, this has been done by humans. How are you going to do this? Well, you're going to need a lot of tools, okay? And you might be familiar with individual apps that can do these things. We can actually do these all in our CRM. You're going to need a CRM and pipeline management. We talked about that earlier. You're going to need to build sales funnels, websites. You might need surveys and forms. Surveys and forms are a great way to really get information about your client. If you get them to fill out a survey, then you can send them specific marketing relating to the pain points or the interests that they have in your product or service. Email marketing, SMS, WhatsApp marketing. I'm going to dive into that in a bit more detail. Being that we're in Indonesia, WhatsApp is running most businesses, but typically it's all on the founder's phone. Well, how about if you unify your customer communications, be it WhatsApp, SMS, web chat, Facebook, and Instagram DMs, all into one channel, and then have AI respond on your behalf. The way that we do that is we train the AI. We upload a Q&A document. We give the AI access to your website, and it will then know how to answer on your behalf. The clients that we work with typically will, once we work through with them, find out that 80% of the time they're repeat questions, right? So it's a no-brainer. AI can come back on your Instagram DMs and potentially now with WhatsApp. This is very good for onboarding a client because it logs all that information in the CRM and can trigger out various different drip campaigns. But once you're in a job, it tends to be quite bespoke. So what we have is three modes here. So off, AI will literally learn about the kind of the questions we're getting asked and the answers that you're giving, and it will learn. Suggestive, which is actually a great mode for, when you're in operational mode, it will give you a suggestion of what that response might be. It will give you 3 suggestions, including a suggestion in a different language. So, Veer and the team speak Bahasa. Some of our clients are from Indonesia. I don't speak Bahasa, but AI does, and it will suggest an answer in Bahasa or any language that it gets a question from. And then for certain channels, we can use Autopilot. As I mentioned with the reviews, we can ask for a review at a certain point in the sales cycle, and then once we get reviews, we can have AI respond. And I think it's one of those things that you don't really need to do yourself. The AI can handle that. So what is conversation agents within WhatsApp? Well, as I said, they can automate the response. They can quickly handle common inquiries, FAQs, providing fast and consistent answers without human intervention, right? They can lead qualifying or nurturing questions, right? Maybe you get a sales inquiry and you need to get over objections, right? They'll capture the prospect information, gauge their level of interest, and schedule follow-ups directly on the CRM. Appointment booking, obviously we talked about that with Monty. Integrate calendar scheduling within WhatsApp conversation, simplifying and speeding up the appointment setting process. Data capture as we go, and then seamlessly we can guide prospects through the funnel by sending them timed messages, promotions, or educational content to encourage the conversation and encourage them from an irresistible offer to that purchase of a Rolls-Royce car or to the bigger product. What else we'll need? Well, obviously you need calendar settings. We can set up very complicated service calendars for hairdressers that have different teams doing different length haircuts that use specific equipment that needs to be booked out, and that can all be run through conversation AI. Workflow automations is how we pull it all together. And the quick way to get things set up is to use templates. So we have templates for emails, we have templates for paid advertising, we have templates for websites. So funnels, everything comes with our CRM platform. We can track calls, incoming, outgoing calls. If you've got a sales team, you want to set up a dashboard to see how many calls have been made, and the whole cold calling process can be set up with our platform. Reputation management, we talked about earlier. It's asking for a review at the right time, logging the reviews on Google or Meta if they're good reviews, which is a fantastic tool to help your listing. So your SEO or getting high up on your search results. Google loves people who get back to reviews, but people who have lots of reviews and most importantly, good reviews. So this is a really useful tool for that. Dashboard. So mentioned it earlier, we can design a bespoke dashboard. We have a saying, whatever's measured improves, and whatever key matrix that you're looking to improve, we can put that as the landing page on our platform. So all eyes are on the specific numbers. Communities. You've probably heard of School. School, big following these days. The developers behind our platform basically will copy all these new hot tools, come out and put it in, inclusive in the full package. But communities is where we set up, maybe for our clients, a client portal for them to allow their clients to come in. We have gamification in there, so we can encourage interaction within that community. Document signing, we all have know of DocuSign and the rest, but integrating that into the sales cycle again is one less thing that you need to do in your business. Our platform is available on desktop or mobile. Typically, if you added up all these tools, they're about $7,000. Our starting package is $197. So it's an absolute steal if you get rid of most of these tools and the time saving it will have on your business. Struggling with complicated process of running paid ads on Meta or Google? Now you can manage all your campaigns effortlessly from our platform in a simple and easy to use ad manager. So this is a new feature that we have, and it's been requested by a lot of our clients for some time now. It's the ability to run your own campaign. Again, most SME business owners outsource it because it's incredibly complicated to do, the Meta or Google. It's a very complicated process. So we have a very simplified version. We can literally set up a campaign account if you don't have one, and we can post into these accounts. Mentioned earlier, we have the calendar that posts into your network for your social. That's free advertising and something that all businesses should do. But the campaign that we've just talked through, you can now run independently of an outsourced team using our ad manager. So that comes to the end of the presentation. One last thing that I was going to do is probably a little bit risky, but we're going to do a sales call to the last feature that we have, which is voice AI. So I'm going to call our number here. So we have another feature that we've set up recently, which is literally an AI receptionist. And we've set this up for a plumber. So we have an AI plumbing demo.
This call will be recorded for quality purposes.
Hello, this is our AI Plumbers Receptionist demo. Are you ready to get started?
Yes, please.
Great. Let's begin by gathering some basic information. Could you please tell me your name, your business name, and your best contact details like phone number and email address?
Yeah, my name's Oliver Sutton. My business is called Sutton Plumbers. My email is oliver@plumbers.com. My number is 07 977 920 751.
Thank you, Oliver. Now let's move into the demo. I'll demonstrate how an AI plumber receptionist can help Sutton Plumbers with tasks like sales, customer service, and appointment scheduling. To start, could you briefly describe your business and the main services you offer?
Yeah, so we're a plumbing business. We don't really do drains, but we mostly do in boiler, hot water installations, things like that.
Got it. So your business specializes in plumbing services like hot water installation and similar tasks. When customers contact you, what's the typical goal? Do they book appointments, ask questions, or request quotes?
Typically, they might have a boiler that's broken down, or they need a new installation.
Perfect. It sounds like your customers often need help with boiler breakdowns or new installations. Let's dive into the demo now. I'll simulate how an AI plumber receptionist would handle a customer inquiry for Sutton Plumbers. Hello, this is Sylvia with Sutton Plumbers. How can I assist you today?
Yeah, hello. My boiler's just broken down. I woke up this morning and I can't get any hot water.
Absolutely. We specialize in boiler repairs. Could you tell me a bit more about your boiler issue or what you're looking for?
I'm not sure. I think we need someone to come round. Basically, we just don't have any hot water throughout the house.
Thanks for sharing. We can definitely assist. We have a £90 call-out fee, then we charge £70 an hour after that, not including materials. Would you like to schedule an appointment to discuss your needs in more detail?
Yes, please.
During the appointment, one of our experts will visit your property, assess your needs, and provide a detailed quote. Does that work for you?
Yeah, sounds good.
We have openings on Monday and Wednesday. Would one of these work for you?
Wednesday sounds good.
Perfect. I've scheduled your appointment for Wednesday. You'll receive a confirmation shortly. Is there anything else I can assist you with?
That's it, thanks.
Great. Thank you for reaching out to Sutton Plumbers. We look forward to working with you.
Lovely, thank you. So there you can see that was a demo for plumbers. We can set that up for any business. All the details are logged in the CRM, and I'd get a text message to confirm that booking. So it's incredible what AI can do. We love working with it, and literally week by week, day by day, there's just more incredible stuff that can come out. But hopefully that was useful. I think we've got
4 minutes.
Time. 4 minutes for questions. Yeah.
We're good. Cool. Thank you for that, Ollie. And I think if you unshare screen as well, so we can have